I wouldn't know what to do. My son get a murder charge, bro. Like, I gotta stop him from crashing out, bro. Like, then it worried me more. All them little around him clutching, all them little clutching, man. You know, easy for something to happen, bro. Like, should be having me worried as a daddy, bro. Like,
yeah, put them foes up, Tootie. Where you from? Put them up. This Tootie badass. Tell the camera where you from. Cross the what? Track.
The internet been buzzing crazy lately, and this situation got people glued to their screens because the tension feels way too real. Word on the street is that Boosie Badaz's adult son, Tootie, is caught up in a wild online storm involving Kodak Black, and folks are talking like this is more than just social media noise. Now let's slow this down and keep it fair because nobody's been charged, nobody's been proven guilty, and everything floating around right now is based on online chatter, cryptic posts, and people connecting dots that may or may not even line up. Still, the energy feels off, and fans swear something deeper is bubbling under the surface. It all kicked off after Tootie, who's been trying to carve out his own name instead of living in Boosie's shadow, started posting some real aggressive messages that had people raising eyebrows. He didn't name drop at first, but the timing was way too close to Kodak's recent moves, and the comments section instantly put the pieces together. People started saying things like, he's talking about Kodak and this ain't just rap talk, and once that narrative caught fire, it spread fast. Then came the screenshots, the reposts, and the slowed down screen recordings where fans swear Tootie was hinting at real life smoke, not just music beef.
I mean, fucking all about to do a song with a nigga who, like, I don't even know the niggas he told on.
Went in on
and I ain't even from over there. Niggas on some shit like, nigga, that's y'all rap. I know only nigga squeeze this nigga out some cheese, homie. Yeah. I know so do some shit like, y'all ain't finna do nothing. Y'all ain't even squeeze a nigga out some money.
Some users even claimed Tootie was moving like he wanted to prove something, like he was tired of being seen as just Boosie's kid and wanted respect the hard way. Others pushed back and said, nah, this is just young energy mixed with clout chasing and the internet blowing things out of proportion. What really poured gasoline on the situation was Kodak's name already being tied to past conflicts, making people quicker to believe anything connected to drama around him. Kodak has always been a lightning rod, whether it's music, legal trouble, or controversial statements, so when his name gets pulled into a rumor, it sticks hard. Fans started digging up old clips, old lyrics, old interviews, trying to build a storyline that makes this look like an inevitable collision. Meanwhile, Boosie's name being attached makes everything louder, because Boosie's known for speaking his mind and not ducking smoke, even when things get uncomfortable. That's why some folks expected Boosie to jump in immediately and shut it down, but his silence only made the rumors grow louder. People online started saying things like, if Boosie ain't denying it, something must be serious, even though silence don't automatically mean guilt or agreement. You also gotta remember that social media thrives on extremes, so a vague post can turn into a full-blown conspiracy within hours. Some accounts went as far as claiming Tootie was out for blood, which is a heavy accusation with zero proof, and that's where things cross into dangerous territory. It's important to say clearly that there's no verified evidence of an actual plan or intent to hurt anyone, despite how dramatic the comments sound. Still, the optics look messy, and optics matter in the court of public opinion.
I thought it was a lie. When I first saw it on Instagram, I got up, tried to call Kodak, but he must have had a new number. I called his brother, and I asked him, did Kodak do a song with 6ix9ine? He said, yeah, bro. Think so. It fucked me up, it hurt me. He asked me, did I want to talk to Kodak? I told him I ain't want to talk to Kodak, or block Kodak. That was a detrimental move to him, bro. 6ix9ine is the most hated person in prison. By every race, what Kodak did, he's gonna have to stand on that.
Kodak hasn't directly responded in a clear way either, which keeps the suspense alive and the speculation rolling. Fans are split right down the middle, with one side saying this is disrespect gone too far, and the other saying the internet is reaching for clicks and chaos. What makes this whole thing unsettling is how fast rumor culture can turn words into perceived threats, especially when famous names are involved. 1 minute it's Instagram stories, next minute it's YouTube titles screaming danger and betrayal. Everybody watching needs to remember that real lives sit behind these screens, and reckless talk can spiral into something nobody intended. Right now, this whole situation feels like a pressure cooker, loud, messy, and fueled by assumptions rather than facts. Whether this fades out or escalates depends on what gets said next, and more importantly, what doesn't. Now here's where things get even trickier, because once fans lock into a narrative, it's almost impossible to slow it down, and that's exactly what we're watching play out right now. Social media detectives are working overtime, breaking down emojis, captions, old beefs, and even who unfollowed who, acting like it's all part of some hidden master plan. Tootie's posts, whether they were meant to be taken seriously or not, became the centerpiece of the chaos, with people screenshotting them before they could disappear and spinning their own meanings onto every word. Some viewers swear the tone wasn't playful or musical at all, saying it felt personal, heated, and way too emotional to just be promo talk. Others argue the opposite, saying this is just how the internet talks now, exaggerated, dramatic, and always chasing reactions.
I wouldn't know what to do. My son get a murder charge, bro. Like, I gotta stop him from crashing out, bro. Like, now that you get older, you be like, bro, like, how the fuck you 40 years old still gotta look over your shoulder, you know, from your past. That's a fucked up feeling. When you gotta go especially when you go in your city, you gotta look everywhere over your shoulder. Like, that shit wasn't worth it. The respect you got for anything you did ain't worth you being a older man looking over your motherfucking shoulder.
That's right.
What complicates things even more is that Tootie has been under pressure for a long time, constantly compared to his father, and expected to move a certain way just because of the last name he carries. That kind of weight can push anyone to post impulsively, especially when they feel disrespected or overlooked. People online started saying he's trying to show he's not soft, not scared, and not just riding coattails, which feeds into this whole dangerous narrative of proving toughness online. On the other side, Kodak's fan base isn't exactly quiet either, and they've been known to take things personal, clapping back hard and escalating situations that might have died out otherwise. Instead of calming things down, comment sections turned into battlegrounds, with supporters on both sides daring each other, hyping the drama, and speaking way too recklessly for people who aren't actually involved. That's how situations go left fast, when spectators turn into instigators and nobody wants to be the first to de-escalate. Behind the scenes, there's been zero confirmation from law enforcement, no official statements, no real-world incidents tied to these rumors, which is a huge detail people keep ignoring. Everything still lives strictly online, in captions, reposts, and reactions, but the internet doesn't treat online only like it used to. These days, fans assume every post is a threat, every lyric is a confession, and every silence is an admission, which is wild when you really think about it. Boosie himself has always been vocal about protecting his family, but also about not letting internet nonsense ruin lives, so a lot of people believe if this was truly serious, it would have been addressed directly by now. Still, others say the lack of response could be about keeping things from getting worse, because sometimes responding just adds more oxygen to the fire. There's also the legal side nobody likes to talk about, because words online can be twisted and used in ways people don't expect, especially when screenshots last forever. That's why so many artists eventually learn to move quieter, because every post becomes evidence in the court of public opinion. What's sad is how quickly the conversation shifted from music, growth, and legacy into violent speculation, without anyone stopping to think about consequences. Fans claim they want authenticity, but then punish people when emotions show through, turning human reactions into criminal assumptions. At the end of the day, nothing has actually happened. No confrontations, no confirmed threats, no real-world fallout, just loud voices and louder theories. But the longer this drags on, the harder it becomes to pull it back into reality, because rumor culture doesn't care about facts, it cares about engagement. This whole situation feels like a reminder of how dangerous unchecked narratives can be, especially when young artists are involved and millions are watching. All it takes is one misunderstood post to snowball into something nobody can control. And right now, everyone involved would probably benefit from less talking and more cooling off. Until something concrete happens, this remains speculation, not truth, no matter how dramatic the headlines look.